All right, so this is our project sheet code. I'm just here to talk a little bit about the shortcomings and some of the things we wish we could have done a little differently. Um, so what's our main focus was allowing accessibility in young girls and just anyone who's really trying to learn coding from any age and at that beginner level. But we focused on first starting it off in a web based app, I guess I would say. But ideally, one thing we really wanted to work on was hopefully having this on your phone, since nowadays the younger generation, a huge deal for them is being able to use their phones with just about anything. You know, people always have their phones on them. So if people always have their phones on them, ideally we would always have the opportunity to practice and play the game a little bit. So for example, another little thing we wish we could have tweaked a little bit is one of our cooler parts for our terminal. So at the end of once the user has finished all their games, are able to actually practice what they began and code some things out in Python. So for example, we would do something like print hello world, which is, you know, obviously super basic. You could run it and the output would actually give you that. But for more advanced functionality, we don't really have that necessarily with our terminal at the moment because at the end of the day, this is a very beginner level. But it would be nice to make it just a little more thorough and also be able to host our project on the cloud. So do something like either Vercel, GitHub Pages, or even self-hosting the web app would be cool so that the user wouldn't have to run it locally the way we're doing it right now. Obviously, we're running it on localhost using Node.js in our backend. But having the ability to have users just go to a regular URL like sheetcode.com and be able to have full access to our game would definitely be something that we'd want to push towards working. And again, pushing it towards mobile. Obviously, that would probably require an app and other things. Since you are able to technically access it if we were to play it on mobile, it wouldn't be optimized for mobile. So making sure that we have a fully optimized version of our web app for mobile would definitely be a big thing that we would hope to push for. And of course, expand, some of the levels. At the end of the day, we're here to try to teach the more elementary level of things. So it's not, extremely complex. You have your ifs, your else, your excepts, try catch, all of these, key parts of Python programming. But there is obviously a whole lot more that as the user learns more, we hope to continue the complexity and also make the game still in that, beginner friendly format, but just expand some of the topics that we're able to review and talk about a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty simple. Some of the things we wish we could work on, obviously, because they're wish lists, we can't really display them, but we can see that this is probably as complex as it will get for a user. So being able to push forward past that, the mobile and the cloud are all three things that I believe to be very achievable, but things that we unfortunately didn't have the time and resources to allocate towards while we were doing the project.